The next topic is about how we successfully introduce new technology into our practice of dentistry. Not an easy thing, a very scary thing. Most of us dentists really love being competent at what we do. There's a special satisfaction in doing our job that it turns out, pretty much the same way every time, and we're the masters of that little tiny space. When it's not working, when we try new techniques, we're going to have to suffer some failures, and we're going to have to suffer looking kind of incompetent to some extent, and it's going to cost us some money. We're going to have to retrain our staff. There's a lot of stuff involved in doing new techniques, so why do we even do that? Well, the fact of the matter is, the most successful, financially, the most successful practices I see are continually upgrading their technology. Every month, 3 months, 6 months, something new is happening in the practice. The practitioners that I teach and meet in my travels that have been in practice for longer than 30 years and still are passionate about what they do, every single one of those dentists have pursued new technology throughout their decades-long career. So at the same time, it's frightening and it can be expensive and worrisome. It's also the thing that's the meat. It's the juice that gives us that little spring in our step when we're coming into the office, because we know that we've got this new thing going and it's changed our practice. Okay, so how do we do that? We've got to figure out a way to do this in a less painful manner. So new tech into practices. This technique was taught to me by a general dentist. Some of the best things I've ever learned have been general dentists in my 2-day course in Santa Barbara. But this guy had been a dentist for about 36 years, and this is how he did it, and I've tried it. I used this technique to incorporate implant surgery into my practice, and for 2 years I did this, and it worked really well, because that was a really scary thing to try. Basically, the first issue is the patient's awareness, okay, of your competence. It's one thing to be made fun of in the staff lounge after you scrape through a procedure with your self-esteem and barely intact, but if a patient knows about it, really bad, okay? If they can tell you're reading a book behind their headrest, and your assistant seems to be not our usual systematic, poetry in motion self, the patient's going to figure it out, or we're going to be really inhibited in talking to each other. How do I tell the assistant what I need, or what she needs to put on her list of things to get if it's a secret to the patient? So the way we manage the patient is we disclose and we offer a discount. Every practice has patients that need procedures they can't afford. They are that is a target-rich environment. Those are the people that will come in on a Saturday morning, for instance, and spend longer than they might otherwise, and they will watch you read the instruction manual, but they're going to be good about it because it's going to be some discount that's going to make this procedure available to them where it is not before. This is a sliding discount, okay? If it's your wealthier individuals, just telling them sometimes they don't care about a discount. Some of them care more than the people with a lot less money. But I do some of these procedures for free. Some of them for 50% off, some for 25% off. But we disclose, we give the discount, we get them signed up. The next thing is schedule doctor, patient, assistant, or if there's a second assistant, also on a day off. So if you practice 4 days a week, it'd be the other day. If you practice 5 days a week, or you're not giving up your golf day, Saturday morning is usually one of my favorite times. The phones are off, nobody's around, and I can just relax into learning about a new technique. And then there is going to be note-taking. One of the most important things to getting new technology in your practice, you've got to empower your assistants. Your assistants, guess what? They also like to look competent. They don't like it when you give them that, like, hey, what the heck's going on here look. And then through this process of doing procedures on patients we have disclosed to, taking notes, and assessing our post-op results, we get better and better and better. It's a virtuous cycle. And instead of having a new technique be comfortable in a month or 3 months, this can be the first procedure you do can be just a lot of fun. My experience in learning new technology is if I relax and I take as long as it requires to get an ideal result the first time, now I have a prototype for success. And I also know I can do it, right? So, and also luck favors the beginner. So you have a good chance of pulling it off if you really do your homework and give it a try, a serious try. What I really love is going into the office after a little bit of time and knowing that we've got a new technique down, knowing that my assistants are competent, and knowing that usually we're going to be more profitable and we're offering a wider array of services to our patients.